All right, everybody. This is coverage of DE Round 2, the third match between the second-seeded Maul team and the third-seeded 4C team. I am joined by a member of the 4C team, Walter Wight. Good evening. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much for asking. It's good to be here.
Yeah. So if you saw any of the last two matches, you know that these are the exact same five games that were covered in the previous two videos. The match between V3 and who was it? TI and then, or sorry, Mythfits, and then TI against Avon's Grove. To after which, unfortunately, we saw Avon's Grove be eliminated. But yeah, I think this is actually an interesting match because it's between two teams that have had relatively close matches. I believe they met twice in the QR rounds, each time going 2-3 in favor of the Maul team. But a lot of these games have been pretty close, so I'm excited to see what these games have. I was actually live or see, I think Lone Ranger was screen sharing these games, but unfortunately, my laptop, my internet connection, my Wi Fi, whatever you want to call it, was just too slow to keep up with the screen share. And so I only got bits and pieces of this match. So I'm excited to see what actually went down and to hear the strategies and the thought processes from somebody who actually played in the match. So, anything you'd like to say before we jump into these games, Walter?
No, I think it was just fun to play against these guys. A lot of these players are either long time or like relatively new to competition, and so it's really really fun to see how it all plays out. It's always amazing to see this game so long ago coming to play in competition. It's awesome.
All right, and with that, let us jump into the game. This is King of the Map when the Trow comes around. So, the biggest debate, I think, in this game is to soul or not to soul. Hold on, let me get my keys here. Okay, and let me just run down the teams. For Team 4C, we have the leader himself, Spy, with Lone Ranger, Donsky, Walter Wight himself, Gecko, Killer King, Karma, and Groove. For Team 4C, for Team Mauls, we have the captain, I believe he's the captain, Akira, Yampty, Son of Lamb, which I believe is Homer, Naracourt, Kumulubuka, who I believe is Tiri, Tantanula, who I believe is Clank, Zomer, who's there, Ithapi, who's Monty, Nuluk, who I think is East Wind. So a very, very strong lineup. It is 8 on 8, so there's none of this player advantage type stuff that happened in the prior two matches. This is pretty evenly stacked, I would say. Let me just, it looks like Akira was really quick to
One
trot.
wrote "come" on the map. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's the sort of the alternative name for the mall team, I think. But yeah, so I mean, we see, let's see, who is this? Tiri, Zare, and Eastwind, each with a trow. So there was a three-way split. We have two soul packs, Naracourt and Clank, and then just Artie and Melee for everybody else. So a lot of souls here. Comparatively fewer souls, more artillery, it looks like, for Team 4C. We have Karma with two Trow and Walter Wight with one. And so there is a 2-1 split instead of the 1-1-1 split. We'll see how that factors into things. I don't think Spy's actually finished distributing units, and so I will wait a bit before talking about the distributions too much, other than the Trow. However, we do see that Team Mauls has gone for what is probably the maximum of, what would you call this, 20 Solus, and Team
Or
4C
fewer. Yeah.
has 8, so less than half.
That was a very big difference, as we'll see, just in terms of how everything played out. But initially, we were back and forth in terms of like, do we do more souls or not? And we opted against it. I think it could work in the future. This was an interesting way that it played out, but we'll kind of see.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to note is that there's a very uneven unit distribution. You know, we have a lot of guys in the double digit. Karma with 23, which is no surprise because he's got the Trow. But Spy and Lone Ranger each with 6 and 5%. Very, very light on the unit trade, I would say. We'll see if that really comes to play. I know Spy, of course, is the captain, so he needs to have eyes everywhere, but it seems a bit on the low end. Now we did have a 3-way split with the Trow, so one would expect a 3-prong here, and it does look like that's sort of where they're going with the souls headed towards this area probably.
Flag captured.
And yeah, I mean, nothing too surprising out of Team Mauls so far. It looks like Karma is going sort of middle,
Flag
then south,
captured.
I assume.
Flag captured.
And Walter Wight, you are going
Flag captured.
to the north. And are you going to go down the middle? It looks like it. And then
It's always an interesting play, obviously, because we're kind of just looking in King of the Map time. We need flags immediately, but we need to make sure that we're balancing everything. So we're scouting and we're all figuring each other out.
yep, I mean that is sort of the first phase of a myth game, is just to see where the Trow are.
Flag captured.
Are you going to get punched in the back? Okay, you almost got punched in the back there.
Never.
And we see this line. Are these guys going to trap you? Okay, there we go. And yeah, but we will see that these Clank Soulless may present a problem. Oh, it looks like who's in the middle? Zare's going to kick him. Mercridia. But these Groove Artillery are going to come in, and it's probably going to be somewhat of a stalemate.
It is.
And then, yeah, this is the only semi-imbalanced, I know Karma likes to push, but these Soulless are going to make him think twice, and now Karma's backing up over here in the north.
Flag lost.
We have somewhat of a stalemate. I mean, we have
Flag captured.
a Dwarven Mortar from Gecko, and he is really the only one that's keeping this melee back. And now we have a Soulless. Oh, this is a 8 on 4. Spy is going to lose one of his souls. Very outnumbered, and there's no artillery or anything to back him up, so he is just
contested.
fighting for his life, I think. Meanwhile, Karma waiting for his artillery from Donsky, and now these Clank Souls have to back up.
Flag contested.
So
Flag
nice, just a lot of
Flag
positioning.
captured.
And
Flag contested.
okay, so
Flag
Naracourt
lost.
is really gonna
Flag
kill
lost.
Spy here, I think.
Flag contested. Flag
But
contested.
there wasn't much that he
So
could do.
this is the big unit trade
Flag
advantage / disadvantage is, do you do so many souls or don't you? And right now we're seeing a huge disadvantage on our side because we didn't have so many souls.
Flag contested.
Yeah, and it looks like Groove is gonna have to withdraw from the middle to get that mortar in position to drive these souls back. Is that gonna do it?
Flag captured.
Nope, barely misses. But yeah, the mortars can they do seem to be able to hold the melee units back, but it
I
really
think
was
that
the
this is where
souls.
we're starting to see some different leveraging in the middle and south that starts to sway the time advantage.
Flag
Okay,
contested.
well, trying to limit
Flag
spoilers
lost.
here.
Flag
But yeah, we do
contested.
see a two
Flag
Trow
captured.
on one Trow. However, these Soulless are really making Karma think twice.
Flag lost.
If Donsky
Flag
can
contested.
blow up some of these souls, that'll clear the way for a Karma rush. We'll see if that
Flag
materializes.
contested.
Karma is getting
Flag
aggressive here.
lost. Flag contested.
And I think he is going to allow Donsky to get a fireball
Flag
off.
captured.
It's going to do some damage. Karma is definitely rushing,
Flag lost.
eating some damage, but kicking guys. Uh-oh, Dunsky needs to... didn't kill... Nice shot there from Akira, but unfortunately didn't kill anybody. Karma really just taking things into his own hands here. Karma breaks through. That is the story of the hour right now. Seems like
That was huge.
Killer King is able to get some leverage in the north as well. I didn't really see it because we were watching Karma. But
I think that what we were following though was the best fight to follow because I was paying attention as well all the way through. So I was in the middle. I knew that kind of
Flag captured.
as long as we could remain stalemate, we were able to press one way or another. But
Flag lost.
where we're following camera wise is perfect.
Flag lost.
yeah, and it looks like Karma is going to stop the pursuit of this
Flag
East Wind Trow. Maybe he's going for tags. Maybe he's going to rescue these guys. But Karma is now getting rushed. Karma and Donsky are getting rushed.
Flag captured.
I think the second Trow needs to come down and help.
Flag captured. Flag
It
contested.
couldn't without
Flag lost.
causing some problems
Flag
north.
contested. Flag captured. Flag.
Oh, we see... Oh no, Donsky just nuked a whole bunch of people.
He ended up killing more enemies, I think, than
Flag
he
lost.
sacrificed.
Flag lost.
Okay. I mean, all I saw was just a huge explosion of guys. Karma bringing in his second Trow, kicking Clank. This is a rivalry for the ages. These two people hate each other.
Flag captured. Flag lost.
And now, all of a sudden, Zir is on the run. And we have Walter Wight on the run
Flag
here in the north, being pursued by
Flag contested.
Terry
Flag
and
captured.
Eastwind. However, seems to be repositioning behind these groove
Flag
mortars.
captured.
This is also an interesting place to be where if you've got the fastest units in the game, which are Trow, basically relegated or separated from everything else, they can't get quickly enough towards end games. We're at 4 minutes. This will help us in the last
Flag
1 minute.
lost. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag
Well,
lost.
let's see if
Flag contested.
Lone Ranger can get this
Flag
Trow.
lost.
Oh, he's got a second Soulless. It's probably about maybe
Flag
2
contested.
shots from being frozen.
Flag lost.
Okay,
And this
now
is a big point of concern for us is how can we get a soul back here? And holy crap, it helped out huge.
nice job, Lone Ranger, with
contested.
the spear.
Flag
He's been a
lost.
killer this whole series.
Flag contested. Flag contested.
All right, now this is where it gets
Flag
pretty tough from a cameraman perspective,
Flag
because
captured.
as the end game approaches, and there's a mad dash for flags.
You do a great job.
Yeah, I mean, we see Karma.
captured.
Okay, Walter Wight.
Flag captured.
Did Karma give you a Trow? A second Trow? Or is that.
No,
Oh, wait, no, Karma lost one. That's right. Okay. So,
Flag lost.
all right, let's see if this Lone Ranger. Okay, no. If you notice that Team 4C does take the lead, 6 flags to 4, slight time advantage now. We do have a
Flag
lot of these
captured.
groove Mauls who I think at this point should probably start spreading out.
Flag lost.
this is an interesting point.
Okay, we do see, okay, he split his army with Gecko,
Contested.
and so he is taking my advice as if he can hear me.
Flag captured.
This is it, this is a Trow fight. Looks like they're gonna double freeze each other. So a 1-for-1 Trow exchange, but it will likely benefit Team 4C a little more because that means they only have 1 Trow left, which is this Terry Trow.
Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag lost.
And especially looking at the 4 times, 3, or 3 times to 7 times. At this point in the game, that could be devastating.
Flag lost.
Yeah, and then
Flag lost.
one thing we see is these Zerks. They could
They're
have
getting
split.
killed.
Yeah, they could have split up,
Flag captured.
and now they sort of trapped themselves by going up this hill.
Contested. Flag captured.
That's 4 Zerks
Flag
that
contested.
really only
Flag
it paid off a couple of seconds.
Flag captured.
So I think they could have split up a little
Flag
more,
contested.
but
At this point, they know they've lost.
Flag.
That's the hard part. They would have had to have split so early.
Flag contested.
That the limited shot that we saw of that fight
30 seconds. Remaining.
in losing or winning the
Contested.
Trow was
Lost.
a 1 or 2 hit advantage.
Flag lost.
oh, nice zerking there from Killer King, just slicing down those 2 bad guys.
Holy crap! Yeah, that was great.
And
Flag contested.
nice mortar shot there from Gecko. And yeah, I think that might be about it. All they have is just this
Flag
Trow who
captured.
is now going to be stoned, and it is over. A very slim margin. Just a couple of minutes of time, which when you consider that there were, what is it, 8, 9 flags, something like that, 10 flags even. You know, a couple of minutes is actually not that long. But the key moment, I'm glad we captured it on video, was the Karma and Donsky push in the south, where you know, Karma seemed to have been contemplating
Upend.
whether or not
Yeah,
it was
okay.
going up against those soulless was worth it or not. And I think he eventually just said screw it, ran in there, started kicking stuff. Donsky with the support. I think he got a bunch of those soulless off Karma's back, and then it was off to the races. So nice decision, nice teamwork there from Karma and Donsky, and everywhere else. Nice holding it down. Yeah, I mean, I think that was sort of the critical moment. I'm glad it captured it, because it's easy to miss key moments in these King of the Map games. Anything else?
Where overdose is the best.
No. Anything else you wanted to say about this game?
No, this is perfect.
All right. What do you think about the Maul team's decision to split the Trow 3 ways versus, you know, Team 4C, where it was Karma with 2 and you with 1?
We debated that. We thought that ultimately we just need to scout, and so the better option is to see. I don't think 3 is good for a particular player, like doing all one player with all 3 Trow, or splitting. We thought that ultimately we're going to have to make sure. I guess we had the lead, so it was all communication.
Okay, well there you have it. And yeah, also some artillery work there from Groove and Gecko with the mortars. I think we had a warlock at one time, but I don't know if it actually did anything useful. But the mortars definitely had some pretty solid shots. Very defensive. When Spy lost his Solus, almost instantly it seemed, Groove came around and pushed the Solus back with his mortars. That was a pretty good rotation there. And yeah, like what you said, Walter, good communication.
Game over.
A win every time.
All right, moving on. Here we go. This is what could have been. Capture the flag. Here we go. This is, again, the Dead Man's Chest variant from the John God revised maps. I don't remember what the plugin name is. Legacy of Myth or something like that. But yeah, it's a nice looking map. What are your impressions of this map?
Beautiful. I think that this seems like just like when you look at the overhead, it seems like it's a central heavy map, like it should be for a Lamoth or a Koth, like King of the Hill or a Last Man on the Hill.
Oh, yeah, but it has been adapted for 2 teams, and this is not something that you wouldn't really see 2-team capture the flag on Dead Man's Chest. If anything, you would see 3 versus 3 Dead Man's Float, CTF or something like that.
It does feel like that quite a bit, right?
Yeah, but I believe this is 2x, uh, indicating that there might be 2 times as many unit trading points, so it actually does kind of make sense for a 7-on-7, or in this case, an 8-on-8 game. And yeah, I mean, and I do think that because the middle portion of the map is less elevated, like what you see in Dead Man's Chest, Dead Man's Float, it may be not as important. I mean, it's still an important
Certainly
part of
not
the
for
map, but
the way that this is situated.
yeah, all right. Well, let's take a look at the Maul team's units. It looks like they might have gotten close to maximum Thrall, certainly maximum Warriors. This looks probably like max goals, a couple of Dwarves, and 2 Jamin. So that'll be interesting. The 2 Journeymen setup. I think we might have seen Team 3V also go with the 2 Journeymen. So I don't know if they copied each other's homework or what, but we shall see how effective they can implement the 2 Journeymen strategy. Over on the spy side of things, we see a very, very similar unit trade. It looks like maybe they got slightly fewer Thrall. It looks like 1 less Dwarf, max Warriors, max goals, and 6 Archers. So we shall see how this plays. I can't help but think about that 3v game versus the Mythfits, where those 2 giant killer general archers ended up doing so much damage against the Mythfits, and there was really no answer. And so, yeah, I mean, when it comes down to the dwarf versus the bows, I think the bows are the way to go. At least in lower priority to the warriors, of course, and the ghouls and the thrall. But
I think what's kind of cool here is we have a secret, we're trying to pull, where maybe we make it around.
yeah, we do have a dwarf that appears to be going off on his own with a warrior. We'll see how that goes.
And maybe it works out.
I don't know who came up with this idea. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, we have a bunch of... Okay, this is actually a pretty heavy defense.
It wasn't my idea, but that was a good idea.
Well, whoever's idea it was, I don't know, man. But we have a very large thrall force. Okay, so maybe Akira's splitting them? Okay, there we go. Yeah, that makes a little more sense. And then, yeah, we got a lot of thrall go into the middle. 2 warrior packs. I mean, I think we've seen this group of units in nearly all the games. And, yeah, it seems like both teams have a roughly equal amount of percentage going to the middle. Or actually, now it looks like Donsky might be pulling off. Donsky and Karma pulling off to the sides here. And actually, we have a Naracourt flank, as well as a East Wind flank. But we can get back to that stuff later. Now it looks like Karma and Donsky can catch Terry out of position here. Okay, but I think Karma sees Naracourt, and he might be second guessing whether to pursue Naracourt or try and attack Terry. I'm sure they're debating.
So the debate also was, do they see me up north? Way north. Sorry. Even higher. Because if I was able to hug that side, we thought, maybe. But Naracourt was so smart that there was no way.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's interesting because, if you had gone south instead of across the north, you would have actually run into East Wind's 4 warriors, which,
they were
arguably you might have been able to hold them off with a dwarf and 1 warrior, but against,
But the goal was to never to be seen. They were scouting.
Yeah, but you might
as they should have been.
You might have been able to get through. Who knows? But yeah, Donsky has now redirected Naracourt. Karma seems to be sticking with Terry, and just a lot. I don't think anyone has actually ever. Okay, we do see this, but I don't think anybody has taken any damage yet. It's really just sussing each other out, seeing what people's strategies are, and trying to outguess what the other person's going to do next. But it looks like a push is coming from Zaire and East Wind, potentially. I'm not sure if they're going to... If Zaire and Terry are going to try and trap Groove. It looks like Groove and Lone Ranger might be out of position here. The pus is going down, lots of explosions, people getting stunned. Oh, we see a Monty journeyman, a dwarf. Oh, taking damage here. Nice dodging. Oh, Lone Ranger's going to get slashed. Unable to get that dwarf.
This is tough.
And now this appears to be where the action is. Lots of warriors, some pus going down. Unfortunate pus that only freezes a thrall. Meanwhile, we have a Donsky flank here. I don't know if Neracourt has enough to dull this attack, but there are some thrall coming to assist from Homer. But this is really where the action is.
Where's their home flag looking? Just real quick.
Looks like a bunch of thralls and a J-man. Up here we have quite a bit of thrall and three random archers.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts to see.
Yeah, and those archers really could have been used up here, sniping.
And those thrall.
Sniping dwarves, yeah. So I'm not sure.
What
it looks like Spy might have dropped. I'm not. Perhaps the emotions were too much for him, and he just rage quit. Now it looks like Terry's getting aggressive here. These thrall can actually turn around and wipe him out. It looks like Terry might be suiciding here.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, nice job there from Lone Ranger. Kind of turning the tide of this fight with that thrall action. Oh, nice pus there from Gecko to kill one of the dwarves. There is one more dwarf. And oh, nice throw there from Clank. I think
Clanky Clank.
I think if Gecko were able to get that dwarf, that would have been a huge shift in the tide.
Advantage. Yeah, that's interesting.
Meanwhile, Donsky doing what he can, but I don't know if he's going to be able to kill all these thrall.
It was a weird shift when you said too. Sorry that Spy did like his Canadian internet connection, but regardless, he was out. That sucked.
Yeah, and at this point, I think Team 4C needs to consider playing for a tie. I mean, they do have the 3 archers, which need to be protected, and this dwarf needs to be sniped. And then, if that does materialize, then I think a tie is a very, very likely outcome. I don't think Donsky has the leverage he needs to pose any kind of threat. And so I think it's sort of a all D scenario. Unfortunately, there aren't any dwarfs for Team 4C, so these thrall are actually a pretty big threat. But the biggest threat is actually this dwarf, and I think all eyes are on the Clank dwarf, both friend and foe alike. They know that they cannot let this dwarf get into position to start blowing up thrall. And actually, the thrall are actually getting cut down quite a bit. I think.
So can we look real quick back on the other flank? Okay, not there. Yeah, okay, that's clearly done.
Flag contested. 5 minutes remaining.
And it looks like, ooh, this Monty Journeyman is, look at this, stacking 6 kills, killing all of the archers. Okay, so all the archers are gone, it looks like.
So look at the skull skill.
And however, it does look like the thrall are in a locked up battle, and I don't know who has the upper hand. It looks like Spy's team might have the upper hand in the melee fight right now.
How do we lose this too?
Flag contested.
And Spy's team, the 4Cs, they are able to win the melee fight, at least temporarily. However, all that's left is really just a
contested.
a bunch of thrall. Yeah, with 4 minutes to go. And so I'm not sure if they can survive for that long.
Can we look around the map real quick? What's happening? Makes that so true. Oh, shit, yeah.
Contested. Flag contested.
We see Donsky trying to be annoying with various tricks and schemes, but I don't think single goal can do it here. And
Flag contested.
with these units
Flag
moving
contested.
in, I don't know.
Well, if we scroll down, we'll see why. Because right now it's black versus
Flag
purple.
contested.
It seems like pretty even. Visually.
See, we have a goal fight. Oh, it looks like Walter Wight is going to get Akira with the
Flag
heart
contested.
pus. But yeah, it just seems like too
Flag
much of
contested.
a mountain to overcome.
Flag contested.
Oh, Narkut. You got me. Sorry.
Flag contested.
Karma saying foul, J-Man MVP. However, I believe it is Monty. And in fact, I don't even think
Flag
Foul is
contested.
playing. I don't even know if Foul is on the Maul team, to be honest.
I don't think Fella's played the whole series.
Alright, now this looks like it could be it.
Flag contested.
We see Naracord going in for the heels. And yeah, that'll do it.
Flag lost. Team eliminated.
So I mean, you know,
What a good game.
there was some back and forth. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Spy and his internet connection. There was a whole bunch of Thrall and three archers back here that, again, if had they been sniping Monty's dwarf or whatever, could have been a different outcome. But yeah, I mean, you got to give some credit to Monty. I would say Monty was the MVP, just like how Karma pointed out some nice duff work, but also with the journeyman, the heals, and just being sort of the backbone of the offensive push, right alongside the thrall. Yeah, good stuff from Monty.
For sure. Yeah, no,
Game.
our team would not ever reconsider our. We always go back and forth on a loss, where it's like, is it better to have like asked for some sort of restart? But we said no, and we do stand by that. It's just, it's hard.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This is the map with the music. Everyone's favorite, Assassin on Arcane Haven. Here we go. Yeah, this actually got copyright flagged. I don't know whose music this is, but basically YouTube told me that this is copyrighted music, but the artist gave you permission to play it or something like that. So I'm grateful to the nameless party that allowed me to use this music in my video without copyright striking me. So thank you very much.
We need to do that again, or do anything. I'm asking.
Sorry, what did you say?
Do we need to account for that? Like, just say anything, or no?
Say what? Alright, so we have Team Mauls still distributing, so I'm not sure exactly what they're gonna do. Waiting for the music to stop. So yeah, it looks like we have Fetch and Heron Guard heroes and melee divided 3 ways between Narracourt, Terry, and Zaire. And then everyone else presumably gets melee packs. For Team 4C, it might be... Okay, so Spy has a fetch pack, Walter Wight has a fetch pack, Donsky has a fetch pack, and looks like Gecko actually... Okay, so no, actually Gecko is going to have a fetch and Heron Guard hero, and I think... Yeah, I mean, these unit trades are pretty identical. Got 2 Mauls over here versus 4 Mauls, plus or minus some spiders, so I think that's really the key difference. Just a couple of Mauls in exchange for 8 spiders, but everything else seems to be the same. Maybe you're missing a couple of Zerks, whatever, not a huge difference. But the fetch Heron Guard hero / a few Zerks, maybe a couple of Mercuridia packs. Those are the stories, and where exactly the fetch go, that'll be the second story. In the past we've seen lots of fetch going middle, except the one exception would be 3V, Veni Vidi Vici, with Asmodian, where his team only got 3 fetch, and they stacked the flanks, and they were able to bring tons of guys to the flanks, completely overwhelm the opposing team, the Mythfits, and just sort of end the game very, very quickly. Now, it doesn't seem like we're going to get any of that out of these 2 teams, as both teams have 9 fetch. Now, it looks like all 9 fetch from Team 4C are going middle. Same thing with the Mauls. One thing to note is that Akira actually doesn't have any units. Perhaps he is given some units to someone else and he's just controlling them, and he doesn't have formal control, but we'll see what happens. Lone Ranger also very low on the percentages with 2%, which is understandable because it's hard to split the units on this map 8 ways, especially when you have 3 fetch packs. So what do you think of this setup so far, Walter?
So interesting to just watch from a completely observer perspective this far zoomed out. It seems like interesting unit sets, but
yeah,
holy crap.
It looks like Karma has a straight line to this assassin target here. Whereas Groove, if Groove backs up and kind of draws at this group, Karma could actually rush. So yeah, but in the middle, it looks like there is a fetch wall
It should be a stalemate.
that yeah, there isn't much going on there. However,
It's 9 versus 6.
the Maul team does have the advantage in the West, pretty much. Oh, what is going on here? All of a sudden,
Holy,
Karma and Donsky or Groove are retreating. I
oh,
thought
look
they.
at this middle.
Oh,
We're
someone's getting blasted. I don't know. Yeah, Gecko is retreating, it seems.
so I just took out. I think it was 3 to. Sorry, at that point we were ahead, but right there we were losing. Right there we can't do anything more. We just have to fall back.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see Gecko just sort of pull back there. And then I was kind of surprised that Groove and Karma pulled back. I was expecting them. I thought they had the numbers to just rush these guys. But
Yeah, and I'd given a 6-8 advantage in the middle early and in that fetch fight, but they had all 9. We had only 6 fetch, they had 9 fetch. And then they just kept pressing.
yeah,
That was tough.
I mean, it looked like Gecko sort of pulled a feint there and sort of left you guys hanging. But Walter Wight is doing damage with this. Oh, right as I say it, he got zapped, but he did kill a couple of fetch with his Hair on Guard hero. Gecko now engaging, or will he? I don't know. Now he's just walking.
Well, now if you scroll up, the unfortunate part is we're about to get flagged.
Yeah, we do see Clank coming in the backfield.
And we try to retreat. Too late.
Yeah, and this is the last of the 3 targets.
That was a tough game.
Team eliminated.
And that'll do it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think. I don't know why Karma and Groove backed off on this western point. It looked like again Karma had a straight shot to this southeastern target. But then
I think we're calling for stuff over voice, and it unfortunately miscommunications happen, and so it's no one's fault.
Oh well, I'm definitely not blaming anybody here. But yeah, I mean, you and Donsky did quite a bit of damage, so nothing to be ashamed of. The 2 highest damages in the game. But yeah, and then to see Gecko kind of pull back, and to the point where it was 9 fetch against 6, that was kind of I don't know, a miscue maybe. I'm not sure.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like it was really just a miscommunication. It should have been a stalemate in the middle, despite the Maul team getting that this middle bridge area first. There's enough of a fetch present where they could have formed a 9 fetch line and just contained them. But yeah, again, I think Gecko might have turned around to try and help somebody, and then that was enough of a window for the Mauls to push on the 6 fetch. And the next thing you know, that was it. And then Clank and somebody else had a very huge numbers advantage on the west side. They were able to go up north. I didn't capture it, but they were able to kill that statue and then move over to the middle one. So yeah, interesting game there.
Game over.
It was a tough one. I love our team though. That was so tough.
All right, moving on. This is Territories. Pitiful Aftermath. And this is a match point here. I'll remind you, it is 2 games in favor of Maul team, 1 game to 4C. So if the Maul team wins this game, they will win the match. So this is kind of you know kind of an important game for Team 4C. Clank complaining about something. I don't really understand what he's complaining about, but that's just his personality. All right, so it looks like Akira has finished his trades, going for a lot of Thrall, Max Warriors, Max Stygian Knights, probably Max Goals. 12's probably the max, and then 6 Whites, all plus. So I don't think there's really anything that stands out. If there is a normal trade for this map, this is probably it for the territories game type. Let's check the spy unit trade. Yeah, I mean it looks like spy opted for 7 whites, and so he's probably planning on sinking
Set
one.
yet.
But other than that 1 white, which I assume he exchanged for 3 fewer thrall, that is the only difference I see between these 2 armies. Akira slightly faster in terms of unit distribution, or actually Spy might have been slightly faster in unit distribution, but both of them are still passing out units. So it looks like we have some time. Walter, any commentary?
Yeah, no, I think that this is a very drowned kingdom type of setup, so that's how both teams are calibrating.
Calibrating. Oh man, you've been studying your vocabulary words. Good stuff.
Thank you.
All right, so yeah, I mean, Team Mauls really has had some time to pass out units, but Akira still with 39%. Okay, now, all right. So let's just look over at Team 4C. We see Groove and Lone Ranger with comparatively very few units, 8 and 5%. I'm not sure. Presumably just some goals and maybe a warrior pack or something like that. But Walter Wight and Spy with 19 and 16%. That's quite a bit.
So the interesting thing is, for this map type, I wanted to go heavy Solus, and it's it's not a great Solus map. So I don't know. I was curious, and I was fascinated that okay, why can't we or how can we make it work without Solus? I think we did.
Yeah, I mean at the planning events, I don't think anyone really considered Solus when we were going through these maps. But I mean, you definitely need to make your voice heard, because even though Spy is ultimately the captain, he's usually pretty open-minded. So
Flag captured.
maybe we should have gotten some Solus. Who knows?
Flag captured. Flag captured.
I think that how we do things is good.
All right, so we see a large middle force
Flag captured.
brewing for both teams, it seems, except Gecko is actually
Flag captured.
moving a little bit north.
Flag captured.
And we actually have a deep karma flank. Sending karma on the flank is sort of a common theme in a lot of these
Flag
games.
captured. Flag captured. Flag
And it looks
captured.
like Team Mauls will get to the middle with the superior force.
Flag
Walter Wight
captured.
drastically outnumbered here.
Flag captured.
Not much in the way of
Flag
support,
captured.
because I think Gecko's still headed north. So Walter White's got to. Okay, so Walter White, you're
Flag
going with Gecko,
captured. Flag
and
captured.
it looks like Neracourt is
captured.
moving through
Flag captured.
to the east. And now this Donsky and Karma, they need to link up. It's hard to see on the overhead map because
Flag
this
The colors.
this spy purple is kind of blending in. I mean, the black is easy to see,
Flag captured.
but yeah,
Flag contested. Flag
not
This is
sure.
especially hard because we can't really find out like where whites are, and whites can be effective.
Flag lost.
Yeah, that's right. Spy's team did get that 7th white. Don't know exactly where it is.
I think it's still sitting at home. Oh, not quite.
Flag captured.
All right, so we see a huge
Flag
Maul force consisting of Eastwind, Zer, Terry,
This is where
and
everything.
Neracourt.
flag
Can
captured.
4C surround these guys? We have Killer King, Walter White,
Flag captured.
Gecko, Karma, Donsky. Basically 6 players, 6 out of
Surrounding.
Six
And we
of the-
felt like we were there, I think, but our communication was so off
Flag
this game.
Yeah, it looks like 6 players
flag
versus
Surrounding.
4 players for Team Mauls.
flag
But I think it looks like
flag contested.
They made a crucial pass on some warriors that we'll see in a second. That's
Flag lost.
oh man, I don't know how it throws us off so
Flag
bad.
lost.
okay.
We should have just.
Well, we're not trying to give too many spoilers here. So
Flag
I get ya.
lost.
all right, and then
Flag contested.
yeah, just a quick
Flag
check. There's not
contested.
much going on
Flag
the rest of the
captured.
map. Yeah, this is it here.
Flag captured.
Oh, okay. So we see a pus there from Zer. However, there is going to be somewhat of a recovery and a nice counter pus, I think, from Walter White,
Flag
freezing a combination of
flag
Terry
contested.
and
Flag lost.
Neracourt.
Flag
We
And
couldn't allow that to happen, but then
contested.
our team was thrown off, and we didn't quite know what to do. That was our biggest
Lost.
communication
see,
issue.
oh, yeah, it looked like if you just kept
Flag
attacking,
captured.
you would have had a strong
Flag lost.
chance of
Uh
winning.
huh.
But it looks like someone backed off. I'm
5
not sure.
minutes remaining.
Oh, pus going off everywhere. People are
Flag
frozen.
captured.
Donsky's killing some stuff. Nice pus there from Eastwind. Who is this? Gecko. Running away, it looks like. Oh, getting pussed. And now Walter White getting chased.
That
by-
was a huge pus. All of a sudden, my sticks were hit by a pus,
Captured.
and now they're all red.
Flag
That's
contested.
rough. No, I'm just like,
Captured.
help.
Flag
Yeah, and then Karma. What was Karma doing and this entire time? Who knows? Oh, we actually see the White making an
flag
appearance.
lost.
Too late, and then oh, so Spy went. Oh, he did like the collect all units function, and then they see the white, and so we have no secret.
Flag contested.
Yeah, that was tough.
Flag contested. Flag captured.
And what is this White doing? I don't know.
It was their white, I think, and how did it get over there? By the way,
Captured.
that was amazing.
Captured. Flag lost.
How the hell did their white? That was very funny. Whoever was running that.
And it looks like it's just mop-up duty at this point.
Yeah.
Flag captured. Flag contested.
It was all just in that one little area.
Lost. Flag lost. Flag lost.
But we all agreed it was a communication fault.
Contested. Flag.
Because we all were helping, but not. And that was on us.
Flag.
So
Yeah, it looked like
in
you,
the future.
looked like you had them surrounded. It was like 6 armies against 4 armies.
Yeah,
and, you guys,
and we had no
back-
communication.
Like backed off. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
It was really funny to see on in live. We had them completely surrounded. It's just like, let's go. But then we were like, yeah, but no, I'm doing this. It was tough. So we're learning.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they have a really good team, so it's
Captured.
definitely long shots to win these games, and I think we did
Flag
better than expected, so that's good.
Well, that's exactly it. Those pusses, like this game in particular, were just beautiful. The way that the pusses landed on their end, it was.
I mean, that was a
It
nice
was
puss
so
there
perfect.
from Groove.
Well, yeah, but particularly in that one area, like had one dudded occurred one way or the other, and we all know that we hate and we love one of the duds, but
Flag captured.
yeah, had one landed and one not. It obviously changes the trajectory of it all, but yeah, this map was very, very fun from a losing perspective. Of like, oh,
Flag captured.
we're so close as a
Flag
team
captured.
to be
1 minute remaining.
so good, but
Flag contested.
we just need to be able to react a little quicker, just like that half second. So it was a good map. It was fucking frustrating to lose, but yeah.
Flag captured. Seconds remaining. Flag captured.
It won't happen again.
Sudden death.
All right, and that'll do it.
Flag captured.
And with that, the team Mauls will advance and face 3v, 1 seed versus 2 seed. I believe they have a bye week, but congratulations to the Maul team for advancing to the next round.
For sure.
This is kind of a throwaway game, but let's watch it anyway. We see, oh yeah, this Poison Holiday flag rally. Both of the games, or sorry, the match, both the other game fives from the other 2 matches. The match was already decided, so just like this one, it's kind of like a throwaway game, but it's still interesting, and the game is fast and furious, as these flag rally games oftentimes are. So I don't expect it to last very long. However, can always be surprised.
And they lost a player.
That's true. It looks like, who did they lose exactly?
Got
Terry? I think
HM.
they lost Terry, I think.
That would make sense.
So it looks like,
Whoever they lost, obviously they need the confidence boost that they only lost because they were not there. And maybe we need to give them some like claps. But yeah, no, that's good.
yeah. So far it looks like Zer is going to get 3 Trow. Neracourt with a fetch pack. Monty with a fetch pack. Everyone else, mortars and melee probably. Let's check out Team 4C. We have Karma with 3 Trow. Donsky with fetch. Groove with fetch. And presumably everyone else with a mortar and some melee. So it's interesting how neither team split the Trow. It's going to be Zer versus Karma. I assume they'll both go to the side flags based on the lines that are being drawn. However, it's hard to tell who's going to go where. But yeah, what are your impressions?
We may or may not have like chosen to split or not split based on unit percentages.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They are down a player, so it makes sense for them to have one player on Trow. With 8, who knows? I mean, I think giving Karma all 3 Trow is never really a bad idea. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Couldn't really tell the strategy
Game on.
from the line, the random squiggles that were being drawn on the map from both teams. But it looks like Zer is either going to go to the western flag or middle. Okay, it looks like he's going to the maybe middle.
That's interesting. Who's that touching those Zerks real quick on black? Okay, yeah.
That's Eastwind.
New
Okay,
look.
and now,
That's ephemeral, or that's Eastern.
Captured.
yeah,
No,
and
sorry, a little lower. The next pack, yeah, that one.
that is ephemeral. Yeah, okay, so we have Karma and Zer with a Trow showdown in the middle
Flag.
with various melee as support. Fetch going middle, all fetch middle actually,
Flag.
whereas the
Captured.
fetch are going sides.
Flag. Captured.
Fetch are going sides for the 4C team, and so I'm not sure if the Mauls are going to rotate their fetch or press the middle with their fetch. And if they press the middle, then that means Team 4C can actually
Flag.
go
Captured.
around and try and swipe some flags.
Captured.
Which on the far left, sorry, the west, west side of the map, you'll take a look at me. I'm trying to do, but they end up doing a great job of plugging that with the mort. A little more, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, you're good.
All right, so it seems like everybody is on west side, the best side, and there's not much going on the east. We do see Gecko going for a tag here on flag number 8. Okay, now he's rerouting. The middle is pushing. There's no artillery, no fetch. So I think Killer King and Karma are doing the right thing and backing up. However, it does kind of put them in no man's land because they're not really near any flags. And I think that will allow the Artful Dodgers to start tagging some of these side flags and perhaps get victory imminent first. Keep in mind, Team 4C was able to take flag 4 and defend it from the Maul team, and so the flag 4 is going to be the defense flag, it seems, for Team 4C. Okay, is Gecko going to make a move? Yes, he has the numbers. He has the same amount of Macridia. No, actually, okay, so he does tag number 8. Good job there from Gecko. And it looks like all of these guys are tagging. Oh, Karma's turning around. He's punching. He's going for it, I guess. Karma is going to take a bunch of damage there. He is micro.
We end up so dead. But Gecko saves the day.
Karma with some fantastic micro there. There's a Zerk battle going on over here. Okay, Maul team's going to get flag number 1.
Yes. No, holy shit. Yeah, Karma. Holy fuck. Nicely done.
And then it looks like Karma's going to lose his Trow. And
But the right way.
Zer is going to have one healthy Akira says you can hear his fat fingers clicking.
He did everything exactly right there, though. And that's my biggest frustration is sometimes you are the Trow and sometimes you have to take the beating just to win. And right about here. So we're at 59, 68%. And it's game over soon. Karm fucking killed it.
Captured. Imminent.
Alright, yeah, and that was Gecko with the last tag.
Down south.
Great job there from Gecko to get this flag and the middle one, and then good job from the defensive squad. The fetch didn't really get much action till the end there. So, but
You didn't have to, and that was good.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think it really mattered because I don't think this force could have taken this flag. There was just a lot of dudes there, and a lot of it was due to Karma with the attacking of the Trow. And even though he ultimately lost his 3, he was still able to do 93 damage, and basically set up a very, very impenetrable position at flag number 4 to hold off the attack long enough for Gecko to finish tagging the flags. So yeah, even though Akira might not have been impressed with Karma's trowing, it did actually help win the game.
Karma is always going to beat Akira every single day of the week.
Well, actually, it was Zer on the Trow for Team Mauls, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
That's okay. I meant especially for a hero unit like that. That's interesting.
yeah. All right. Well, that was the match. So congratulations to the Maul team. good luck against 3V, I believe a couple weeks from now. And then we are going to get a match between the Eternal Rivals, Mythfits, and Treasure Island on Saturday. And then Team 4C will face the winner of that match on Sunday. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Looking forward to it. Any parting words?
You know, I hope to see you in the next one, because we got you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be there. I mean, I had to go up to LA last weekend for celebrating a late Mother's Day, but all of that is taken care of. It is Memorial Day weekend. Well, at least for American people, it's a long weekend, and yeah, I'll have all kinds of time, so I'll definitely be there for our match on Sunday.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, well, I'll see you then, and thanks for your valuable input, and yeah, I'll see you then.